Hi everyone, this is Lindsay Gasper, and I'm an independent stand-up demonstrator out of Mesa, Arizona. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel tonight. I have a really cool, quick, easy card, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called the Twisted Easel card. I have seen this card before. Actually, well, variations of it. I did make a few changes, of course. And we're going to get started right away. I'm going to show you a few of the products that I used and go from there. So, of course, I use the Framed Florets stamps and dies, and I will show you those. And then I also used a designer series paper called, I think it's Perfectly Penned. I will link it in the video description below. I can't seem to ever remember what this one's called, but it's absolutely gorgeous. There is a little bit of a story behind this. I years ago bought a coffee mug from Macy's, and this was the color palette and pattern that they kind of used, and it always kind of stuck with me. I don't even have the coffee mug anymore, but it was so pretty. It was very elegant, and when I saw this paper, I'm like, oh gosh, I have a color, a DSP and a color, a base color that would look fabulous together. So, and then I saw this really cool fun fold, and I really wanted to give it a try. So I'm gonna show it to you. All right, isn't that fun? So when somebody receives it, it's gonna look like that, and then boop. How cool, right? I think this is so cool. All right, let's get started. Okay, you guys, so something that's really important here is making sure that you have the score lines correct. So this card base, this is 8.5 by 4 1/4. Now, as always, don't worry about taking notes. I will have them all for you in the video description. And I'm also going to link you over to my online store, which you will also find them there as well. I have scored it at 4 1/4. I think. Let me just confirm. Yes, I scored it at 4 1/4. And then what we are going to do here, we need to make sure that that this corner comes up just like so. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're scoring this piece from here to here in the right way. And I'll kind of show you what I mean. Now, you can use the Simply scoreboard, and oftentimes when I'm doing a fun fold, that is what I do use. It works great. It is absolutely a fantastic tool. If you don't have one, of course, I'm going to say that you need one because you do. But it makes this kind of a little bit easier. But since I'm only doing this one, I'm just going to kind of wing it. And what I'm really doing here is I'm just making sure that the point over down here, this point meets this point up here. And that's it. This is super simple. Okay. Go over it just a few times. Okay, and then I'm done with the paper trimmer. I'm going to bring in my bone folder. Don't skip this step, you guys. It's going to be important. And I'm just going to, because I know that it needs to come in this direction, I'm just going to fold it in, and I'm going to hold it down where I want it. And then I'm going to score it. It gives you that really nice point here. Okay. Then I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to match up the corners, because you can't just blindly score, varnish these folds. If you do, you might find out that they don't quite match. So I'm going to just hold it down, and I'm going to score these lines. And then, oh, see, you know what, you guys? Look what I did. I did it wrong. You know, it could work this way. It could work this way. But if you do it like I did, this is a quick fix. You're just going to flip it over. You're just going to flip it over. And then we're going to just go ahead and varnish the edges the same exact way. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody by doing that. But there we go. See, crisis averted.
No need to cut another piece of paper or anything like that. We don't need to do that. We're just gonna roll with it. And then if you're really fussy even, and you like me, you can just take your little paper trimmer. You can see here, I have like a little thing that's from folding it wrong. And you know what? Look at, watch. It's gonna go away. Oh, see, it's gone. All fixed. Right? Okay. All right, let's move on. So, the first, I did use these dies. You guys, I love these dies. Oh my gosh. I mean, I love them like so much. They're just so cool. And I'm in love with these words. They're so pretty. You guys, everybody needs this set for real. Okay. You know what? While I'm thinking and looking at the designer series paper, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. I didn't bring it over my craft station. But so it is called, actually, Perfectly Penciled. That is what it is called. And it's all black and white, okay? So this is super pretty. I'm going to work with this one tomorrow with this probably same color palette, by the way. Okay, and then we got the back. I'm just going to show this to you really quick. I don't want to take up too much time here. That's the back of that one. Back of that. You get 2 of every kind. They're double-sided, which is super great. So you can use them multiple different ways. All right, let's get moving. Bring in my little craft sheet here. This is the silicone craft mat. If you don't have one, I'm gonna link it in the description, like I will everything else. And I would suggest you get it. Keeps your workstation nice and clean, unless you have something else to protect your workspace. That will be fine, I'm sure, too. All right. So this is 4x4. This, okay. And I'm going to just go ahead and use my runner here. This is regular seal, not Seal Plus. I'm a all 4 sides kind of gluing kind of girl. I think you should be too. All right, and I'm just eyeballing this. These borders are probably about 1/8 of an inch, I would say. That's usually what we work in. I mean, they're not like, super exact, but I think they're close enough. Okay. All right, now we're just gonna, let's see. I don't think it really matters what direction you put this. I think for this card, I'm gonna go this way. I think I like it like that. Do you like my glue nail? My ink nail? Isn't that great? I know. It's, I got my finger in the ink and there was no saving it before the video. I said, forget it. I'm just doing it. We're just rolling with it. Now this you have to be a little bit thoughtful about, because you want to make sure that these leaves are facing in the direction that you like. So for me, I'm actually going to flip these so that they sit this direction. I'll just show you. Okay, so you could either go this way or this way. And to me, the design is going this direction, which is kind of downward. And so when someone opens it, it's going to be going downward. And I don't think that looks as nice. It's really just a matter of preference, but I think this looks better. So with these, we're going to butt this up right to the line. You see what I'm doing here? Right to the line. And that gives us our nice little border. And for this, I am actually going to use liquid glue because I want to have a little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to just check it again to make sure. Okay, so I've got it right. And I'm just going to flip it this way because I think it's just a little easier to work like that. Okay. Now I have a nice border. Okay. And I'm going to stick on the other one. All right. Again, right up to the line. It also then makes it really kind of look like the pattern doesn't exactly stop. There's no break in it, which I think gives it a nice, attractive look. All right, so just to kind of show you a little bit easier here, this is how it's gonna look. Okay. All right, we're gonna set that aside just for a minute. And I'm gonna do this stack here. So I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna do this. All right. So I'm going to adhere this first to here, and I am going to use liquid glue. Ooh, yucky. And you guys, you don't need a lot. This is a really small piece of paper. I'm trying not to get it too far off of the line here, because there are these little bitty details that, you know, the glue could kind of seep out of. All right. Okay. We got that done. And now I'm going to adhere just like so. And this one, I'm going to go just around the edge here. And sometimes it helps just for a visual, just, you know, so you can see where you put your glue. I'm just like really like right around this edge. Okay. This is a glue remover. Get them on Amazon. And it's just if you have like a little bit of glue that kind of seeped out of the edges, like I did, which you probably will, because it's a little bit tricky to get it just in the right spot. But then it just, you know, it's super easy to remove the glue. It's not a big deal. Okay, so and be kind of careful with how we adhere this. Now you could, you know, put it in the middle so that when somebody opens it, that's probably, you know what, that's the easiest way to do this. That's what I'm going to recommend that you do. You just put it in the very middle of the card, but you got to be mindful. You got to be mindful of where you're going to put your glue. So use this line as your, you know, as your point of reference, if you will. And I'm going to use my Seal Plus for this. And of course, I'm going to bring in my little glue dots and give it a little bit more help where I think it might need it. Oh, you know what? I think we're good. I don't even think we need to do that. Okay. Now, just my last step. I know I'm running a couple minutes past my promised time frame. Sorry about that, guys. All right. And I'm going to use my foam sheets because you all know how much I love my foam adhesive sheets. I just love these darn things. They're so easy. Not that our dimensionals wouldn't work, because they absolutely will. All right, so now I'm just going to I'm just eyeballing this. Not like that, though. That's called dropping it. I'm going to use my tweezers. It was just a little easier. And there you have it. Now I'm just going to add a couple embellishments. Now I used black on my first card, and I think that the black looks really nice. I was thinking about using these, but I'm going to use black instead. Okay. I guess I didn't grab those either. So I've got them now. We're good. Okay. Embellishments really, they just finish a card. And I'm always going to say we're going to want to use embellishments in groups of 3 because that just looks the best. And I think I'm going to go up here this time. All right. So that's it, you guys. See? Quick, easy, simple. I am going to put all of the measurements on my video description in case you want to make this card. I think it's super pretty. And, you know, this is just, I think it's really chic. I think that's a great word to say. And sometimes I make really frilly cards, so I think this is a nice addition. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and I really appreciate you watching. If you do not have a demonstrator and you want a catalog, let me know. And I'll see you next time. Take care.